Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn With Me. In this video, I'm going to talk about all the broader topics that you need to cover in order to pursue a career in AI and data science. Before we begin, a brief introduction about myself. My name is RVA and I'm a graduate student at the University of Chicago in their analytics program. I have around 14 years of experience as a data engineer in the financial industry, and with this channel, I'm hoping to share my knowledge with all of you. My main reason is to help myself revise what I've covered in my master's program. With that being said, let's begin with our first video and our collective journey into the world of AI and data science. So the agenda for today is, first, I will go through each of the topics one by one, giving you a brief description of the topic and also suggest books and reading materials where you can start learning about them. You can find all the relevant links in the description below. Next, I will go through the order in which you should go about covering these topics. And lastly, a question for all of you guys to solve, the solution to which I will discuss in the next video, dropping in a week's time. So please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified when my next video is out. So the basics of data science starts with linear algebra. Most of the algorithms use linear algebra under the hood to arrive at the prediction or inference you want to draw from the data. You need to go through at least the topics mentioned here to move to the next stage of learning. One of the best resources to learn linear algebra is Gilbert Strang's video course on YouTube. Again, the link is in the description below. And if you're a person who best learns from reading books, then David Poole's book on linear algebra is also a good resource. As per my experience so far, a data scientist needs to be good at both R and Python. They both have areas where they shine above the other. R has some of the best libraries for statistical and time series analysis, whereas Python is really good for predictive modeling and machine learning. So learn both of them. RStudio is free, and the book R for Data Science by Hadley Wickham is all you need to get started with R. On Python, you will find numerous tutorials on YouTube and elsewhere to get started. In books, I found Learning Python by Lutz very helpful. For data science packages like NumPy and Pandas, McKinney, who is creator of Pandas, has an excellent book, Python for Data Analysis. Another thing that you need to get familiar with is Jupyter Notebook, which will be your tool to develop and test all your programs in Python, and with some plugins it can run R code as well. After you have learned linear algebra and programming languages, you can start delving into statistics, and the basics of stats starts with probability theory. I found online Statbook very helpful in getting started with basic probability and statistics theory. It is free and fun to use with its interactive demonstrations. And for comprehensive coverage, I could not recommend enough the course by Harvard professor Joe Blitzstein on YouTube. Check the links in the description. Another important foundational topic that a data scientist needs to learn is how to work with databases and related technologies. Specifically, you should be really good at SQL for analyzing data from relational and non-relational databases. And these days, in the age of big data, I would also recommend Spark to be must-know for a data scientist. Other things like Tableau and D3.js for visualizations, MongoDB for document databases, and Neo4j for graph databases is also good to know. Now coming to the meat of the theory part. Learning about linear and nonlinear models will give you better understanding about the math behind the models that you can fit to different types of data. This is the real stuff that makes data science hard, and these two books have been my cornerstone in learning the concepts involved in modeling. Randall Pruim is the book you would start first to get to know the linear modeling part, and then follow that with Faraway's book on extending the linear model, which covers the non-linear modeling in detail. This is the part you have to go through to be the data scientist who really knows his stuff. Well, next comes the most interesting part, which everyone who wants to be a data scientist has come to learn. That is machine learning. And these two books will provide you with the foundational concepts of machine learning and various predictive algorithms. I would suggest that you start with the book ISLR, an introduction to statistical learning, which is also free, and then dive deeper with elements of statistical learning, into the topics you wish to know more details of. By the end, you will be masters of logistic regression, SVMs, decision trees, random forests, and various recommendation and clustering algorithms. Next up is time series. This topic is the least talked about in the general world of data science, but is an important concept when you have data which is time dependent. So you need to learn time series concepts, especially if you are in the financial domain. The book by Rob J. Hyndman is free to use and is a great resource to learn various time series methods and packages. The book by Cryer is also good if you want to delve more into the theoretical aspects of time series analysis. This topic is so vast that it can well go over 2 semesters, so I would suggest that you should at least go through the book by Hyndman to grasp the foundational concepts on this topic. Also, this is another area where R shines over Python as it has comprehensive libraries to solve time series problems. Next up is deep learning. It needs no introduction these days. Everybody has heard about deep learning because so much hype has been created around it, which is partly true given the magical results it can give, but not entirely because it is nowhere near to solving all our AI problems. Again, I will not say too much on this. I would just say that I found Ian Goodfellow's book really helpful in understanding the theory behind it. For practical knowledge, the book Hands-on Machine Learning with Scikit-learn and TensorFlow by Orline Guérin is comprehensive as well. And by the way, it is also updated for TensorFlow 2.0. So go and buy both these books, you will not regret it. Next up is Bayesian methods, which is another way of looking at your data and is different from the frequentist's approach. It gives you another perspective to derive inference from your data. The 2 software packages, JAGS and STAN, are the cornerstone of Bayesian analysis, and the 2 books listed here are enough to learn the Bayesian theory, especially the book by Krushke, which covers the hands-on part really well. And finally, we have natural language processing, which needs no introduction as well. You can learn it online from numerous free resources available. The best one I found is by Stanford professor Christopher Manning on YouTube. Check the link in the description below. Next up is the order of studying. Here is a suggested order you can study these topics in and devote 3 months to each level. For the first 3 months, you can cover linear algebra, R and Python, and probability and statistics. Then you can move on to linear and nonlinear models, data engineering, and time series analysis. Once you have covered all these, you are ready to take on machine learning basics and then deep learning. Some of the topics like Bayesian methods and NLP are optional and you can leave them out if you want to. And that's it, we are done. These are all the topics you need to cover to become a really valuable data scientist. It is hard at first, but when you make a strong foundation, you can build on top of it faster and go higher in your career. And finally, the question of the week. I want you guys to solve it and provide your solution in the comments below. I know you can find the solution online, but the real challenge is to understand the reasoning behind this. So even if you get the solution, please do try to understand the counterintuitive reasoning behind the solution. So the question is, boy or girl paradox. Mr. Jones has 2 children. The older children is a girl. What is the probability that both children are girls? So let me know your answers in the comments below, and I will discuss the solution in my next video, which will be coming in a week's time. If you like this video, please press the like button, or if you think someone else might benefit from this information, please do share it. I will be uploading new videos every week, so if you don't want to miss out, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notification when the next video is live. This is my first video. I would love to hear your feedback and suggestions in the comment section below. For now, all the best on your learning journey and see you in the next video.